Okay, let me show you how I take screenshots for the Google Play Store for my Budget Pilot app, which is a personal finance app, which is now in early access on the Play Store. So apply for it, link in the description. So there is this little script called, is a shell script, which first waits for the emulator with this ADB command. The fact that there is 554 here means the strange number is the first port which the emulator runs. So it's not tied to a specific emulator model, it's whatever device starts first. If you have two emulators, the first goes on 554, the second goes on 556, and so on, every two, because every emulator needs two ports. Then once connected to the device, I delete the old screenshots from the SD card just to make sure that I don't leave them behind. And I delete also screenshots from the local folder. This is because when you take screenshots, they go on the device. And then you have to pull them out to put it on your computer file system. Then here I have an optional visible flag that you can add on the command line. If you put -visible when you run the test, and let's run them in the background, then it means the emulator itself, you can see what's happening on the screen, and that's good for debugging. But the problem is in this mode you cannot take screenshots. So that visible flag, what actually does, it's when the test run, there is some initialization here that I wrote in the open app. It checks the visible flag is set. If it is not set, then it adds convert Flutter surface to image, which prevents image to be rendered on emulator itself, but it will make screenshots possible. So now this script is running and it will go through each step, tapping away on the various app parts. So as you can see, here it says exactly what it's doing. And in the same time, you can see in the app the action happening. So the script goes through two phases. The first phase is some preparation, where I call it setup all, screenshot data setup. So this creates the account, budget, income, expenses, allocation. So it puts the app with the data in a state where the screenshot makes sense, because otherwise they would be empty when the app starts. So we start, for example, let's check one of them. If I go into create account, I tap on key, drawer button. The key is the Flutter key is like an identifier you can put on components, so it's easy to interact with them, especially in an automatic way. Other ways to identify components, if there is only one for a single type, you can tap on the floating action button, which is the button that is here in the corner, this one. Okay, that you saw briefly. You can type into a text field, type into text field. To be noted, these are all helper methods that I wrote. Let's check one of them. For example, type into text field takes a label and a value and an optional scroll parameter. If I go to check inside here, apart the login that tells you this kind of login that tells you exactly what's happening, it's gonna do a finder. This is a common finder, so it's part of the integration test. It defines something with that text label matching also by type at the form field, and scrolls if needed. It goes tap on it, enter the text. So all of this is a convenience method, so I can have my test here read in a much more expressive way. So once the first phase is done, we go in the second phase of capturing the screenshots. It navigates to every single page that we want to capture. For example, from here, it taps on the drawer button, which is the side menu, this button, and opens the menu, and it taps on the menu budget, and after that it finally takes the screenshot with this command and it logs, because I like to see exactly what it happens, the screenshot, and then after some validation it will go with the take screenshot command, and this is from Flutter. integration test Flutter binding ensure initialize. So you just obtain it in this way as part of the open app. That was the first command that we executed. And that takes a screenshot, saving it on the device itself in the SD card download a screenshot directory. I had to experiment a little bit to find the right folder where it's allowed to save. And then what's happening at the end, we are going to create the screenshot and we are going to pull the screenshots from the device, putting them on the local directory. And here is the result. I have some nice looking screenshots that are always repeatable. In here, I execute them on pixel 8 and they are populated with data just always in the same way. So if I update the app look and feel, I just rerun the script and they obtain new screenshots. And if I need screenshots for tablet, then I can run them on a different emulator and they will be in tablet ratio. The last final step, which is not automated yet, it's not that frequent that I do that, is go to the Play console, go users, store presence, store listing, and that's where you can add the screenshots in here. So I already added them, but if you need to add, you can click on Add Assets. It opens this side panel. It's not that intuitive, but I figure it out. So when I go here, I can click Upload. And once I choose the screenshots to add, and I won't do it now because I've already done it, then they are added only here, but not here. So you have to then select one screenshot that you want to add in this panel and click on Add again here. I think this is questionable. Where they learn the UX, I don't know. And then here I didn't do them yet. The screenshots for a 7-inch tablet or a 10-inch tablet, or even for a Chromebook, but who uses Chromebook anyway? So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it provides some value. And thank you and see you next time.